On April 20th, a fan named Parsker did something that a lot of people in this community only ever think about. He got Michael Kovach's signature tattooed on his arm permanently as a tribute to the voice actor behind Jax in the Amazing Digital Circus. One day later, that same name was all over Twitter for reasons nobody wanted. On April 21st, clips from a 2019 Hoonicast birthday livestream resurfaced. Footage that had been sitting there for 7 years without much attention, and within hours, two of the most recognizable voices in the Amazing Digital Circus were at the center of something that spread fast and divided the fandom even faster. In this stream, they were playing Jackbox together, and 1 hour and 48 minutes in, Ashley Nichols, who voices Zooble in the series, read out a chat username that sounded like a racial slur starting with N, which is where the whole thing began to unravel.
Notice you, Senpai. Aaron, sure, Nick. We notice you.
She did not. It just sounded like it.
Did it? I said you fucking idiot.
It sounded like another word.
No.
20 minutes after that, the same word ended up printed on an in-game shirt. The group kept voting for it, and the whole thing got laughs from everyone in the stream. When the shirt came off, Michael said, "So long," and then said the word without any apparent hesitation. When the clips resurfaced and started circulating, the reaction was fast enough that both Michael and Ashley had already seen everything within hours, and both of them chose to respond publicly rather than stay silent. Michael's statement was the more detailed of the two, and in it he wrote, "I've just been made aware of this. This is absolutely an insensitive joke. Earlier in the stream, we heard Ashley read out a username that contained the word, short for negative, and all of us, including chat, freaked out because we misheard what was said. Once the misunderstanding was cleared, we poked fun at the absurdity of it. However, the joke relies on the fact that it's teetering on racist, which ultimately is no different than making a legitimate racist joke. I apologize for any harm this has caused, and for the fact that we ever thought it humorous to joke about in the first place. Racism is never okay, and we should always strive to be kind and lift each other up." Ashley then quoted his post and added her own statement. "I want to apologize to anyone the jokes in my stream harmed. Racism is never okay, and even joking about a misunderstanding that sounded racist is also not okay. I should have known better back then, and I want to continue to grow and be a better person." There is one more name that came up in all of this, because during that same stream, Gooseworks, the creator of the Amazing Digital Circus, left a comment in the chat that read, "That's," which means that this situation extended beyond just the two voice actors and touched the very person who built the world they all work in. The fandom's reactions split almost immediately into two camps, neither of which was quiet about it. Some fans accepted the apologies without much hesitation, arguing that this happened back in 2019, that the original moment was a misunderstanding that escalated badly, and that 7 years is enough time for people to grow and change. Others refused to accept the apologies, pointing out that everyone involved was an adult at the time, and that a simple misunderstanding does not explain why the joke continued for nearly 20 minutes after the initial moment. In the meantime, somewhere out there, Parsker is sitting with a fresh tattoo of Michael Kovach's signature on his arm, watching all of this unfold on his phone, which has to be one of the most unfortunate timing situations this fandom has ever produced. That is genuinely not a joke at his expense. It is just the universe being spectacularly bad at scheduling. What this whole situation points to, though, is something that goes beyond a single live stream from 2019. Michael and Ashley are voice actors whose connection to this audience runs directly through the characters they bring to life, through Jax and Zooble and everything those characters mean to people in this community. So when something like this resurfaces, all of that association collapses into a much more uncomfortable question about who the person behind the voice actually is. That is the part that nobody in a public role ever fully prepares for. The things said in a stream with a few hundred viewers do not disappear just because the stream ended, because the internet holds on to everything, and the larger a name grows, the more weight those old moments carry when they eventually come back around. Whether you accept the apologies or not is entirely your call, and I genuinely mean that since both of them acknowledged what happened and put out a statement, so where you land on it probably reflects a lot about what accountability looks like to you personally. So I want to ask you directly, where do you stand on all of this? Drop it in the comments because I actually want to know what you think.